What's going on, y'all? This is Tiger King. Today, I want to talk about bullying, violence, and trauma. I don't know how to say this though, but way back, like in 2007, I started getting bullied just because of the fact I'm different, because of the fact I'm special needs, and the fact I'm diagnosed with high functioning autism. I remember like it was yesterday in 2007, as a 6-year-old boy, I would often used to get into fist fights with other kids that used to pick at me. There was no doubt I stood up for myself. But see, the thing is, you don't want your kids to become exposed to violence at a young age, thinking that fighting is going to get you the answer. And Lord knows I've been fighting my whole life since I was 6. Can have a trauma effect on young children in black and white. See, when I was in first grade, I used to get my ass whooped all the time. I can't really explain this on camera, but I remember like it was yesterday. I was in this so-called special ed class. I remember the students used to pick at me, used to pick a fight with me. There's no doubt I held my own, but I often used to get my ass whooped by other students. And this teacher who I had, didn't do a goddamn thing about it, but just sit back and watch. The teacher was just as much as the bully as the students. That hurt me. How the teacher wouldn't do nothing but just sit back and watch. As if I will often get picked on or beat up by some other students. One thing I can say for sure is that first grade was a trauma experience. Going way back in 2008, 16 years. I remember the teacher's name too. As a matter of fact, I'm here to put her on blast. Her name was Noisha Pickett. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Miss Pickett. I didn't forget the bullshit you did to me back in first grade. You were a bully, and you was also an abuser. I never forgot the times you had put your hands on me just because I was a busybody or off the chain, as they say. No, I did not forget that. I didn't forget the time you had forced me to read my story in front of the whole class when I didn't want to, but you insisted on me to do it. You forced me, you abused me, you raised your voice at me. You often used to call me stupid, badass, any other type of insult to use against me. That was abuse. Yeah. All these years that went by, as I got stronger, I got to asking myself, why was I scared of this bitch? Okay? This bitch, and excuse me for speaking out of turn, this bitch was the most mean, hateful, abusive bitch as a teacher in first grade. She abused her authority, raised her voice at me, would even often put her hands on me. I didn't say nothing to my mom or dad about it. I was just a little kid. But either way, I was traumatized. Knowing the fact that I haven't seen this bitch in 16 years, I'm like, I'm a 23-year-old man. And I told myself, I'm not scared of this bitch no more. And I know what you're thinking. Revenge is not the answer. But let me tell you something. The thing in life, as a man, you gotta face your childhood fears. And whenever I see this bitch, believe me, I'm gonna say the most mean, hurtful words as you can't possibly imagine. You don't know how painful it is to be traumatized as a little boy when you have to deal with bullying and abuse, especially for a man who's diagnosed with high functioning autism. Yeah, that is trauma. And I'm pretty sure all you other people in black and white who are diagnosed with autism know what it's like to be abused as a little kid. But yeah, it is torture. I live with the memories inside my head every day for what happened in first grade. I never got over that. Like, you don't understand. Like, I hate her guts. Alright? I hate her guts. I despise her. I loathe her. Miss Pickett, whenever I do see you, believe me, you're gonna wish you never ran into me. Because you're not gonna like the reaction I'm gonna say to you. And you can call me crazy all you want to. But the bottom line is, I've had this grudge against you for 16 years. The abuse you did to me. Every time I close my eyes, I see this bitch face. I feel like I want to hurt her, destroy her body, take her soul. She was an abusive teacher back in first grade. And as an autistic person, I have every right to express my feelings of how I feel about abuse. It eats me up inside. See, a lot of teachers think they can do shit and get away with it. Just because you're a little kid, you might not say much. But no. Whatever type of violence you experienced in the past can affect you in the future. Bullying, child abuse, all that shit. It's hard to get over trauma. You must believe I'm strong. I ain't like what I was when I was a little boy. I'm a lot stronger, a lot smarter, and more wiser. Believe me. I'm not scared of her no more. You understand, Miss Pickett? I'm not scared of you no more. Whenever I see you, believe me, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. For all the abuse you did to me back in first grade, you best believe that. Cause now, you're messing with the Tiger King. I ain't the little boy you used to abuse. I'm a grown man. God don't like ugly. And whatever you did in the past will come back to haunt you. That's a fact. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna haunt you.